Yeah,
even
definitely.
virtually.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
I'm
we'll be
down.
seeing you in person on the 22nd for the breakfast run.
You will indeed. And then a
Can't
month
wait.
later, I'll be coming to the Cotswolds.
Yeah,
Oh,
can't
look, the
wait.
sun. Look, the sun.
Yeah,
Sun's out.
good. I'm expecting a good picture from you today, Lisa.
All right, I'll see who I can find.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning,
See you later.
everybody. Good morning. It is Sunday morning, the 9th of May. It is 9 o'clock. It's time to get you running. We've got special guest Sonia Felton with us today. I've been wanting to get Sonia on for quite some time now. Oh, let's just let Mary in. Yeah, I've been trying to get Sonia in for quite some time
somehow I
now.
lost it.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Sonia on for quite some time now. The last time I tried to get Sonia on was when she was unwell, hashtag Corona, but then ended up too unwell to join me on our virtual. So I'm really pleased to have Sonia here today. So I'm going to start, we're kicking off with one of Sonia's tracks. I need everybody to make sure that you've warmed up, had a little bit of mobility. Those of you on the group run, kind of do it all together. If you're on your own or in your local area, just try and get a bit of mobility. Try and ease into your run gently. Remember, the purpose of a warm-up is to prepare the body for what's coming up. Sorry, I'm starting that from the beginning. Here we go. So any problems with the sound, do let me know. Remember, you've got your chat function. Good morning, Donna. Donna's going along the canal into Cassidy. So Donna, you should see the rest of the team who have met at the group point. So if you haven't already warmed up, get yourself warmed up. Let's get you running.
Every dime, but he loves me. We always have a real good time. And maybe he sings off key, but that's alright by me. Yeah, 'cause what he does so well, makes me want to yell. Let's hear it for the boy. Let's give the boy a hand.
Ladies, you should be easing into your run now. Getting those legs moving. Sonia, our lovely Sonia. When I was creating the playlist, Tom was listening, my husband was listening. He was quite enjoying the track. So before I introduce Sonia, I want to just let you all know who's on the run today, and welcome you so that you all feel part of it. Remember, that's what the virtual is for. We're still part of the team. So we've got Andrea, we've got B. We've also got a special guest. We've got B's sister, Mandy, who has joined us today. So welcome, Mandy. We've got Carol, we've got Donna, we've got Fiona, we've got Jackie, we've got Jenny Young, we've got Gillian, we've got Joe T. Little message to you, Joe T. Be careful of that ankle. Listen to your body, ease in gently. Be careful on any uneven surface like the canal. Just be cautious. You should be fine, but just be cautious. We've got Lisa P, we've got Mary, we've got Tess. And a message to Jenny Young. So Jenny Young is getting back running. Jenny Young, obviously through the lockdowns, has been full-time caring for Ryan. So running kind of took a back seat. So it's great to see you out today, Jenny. And just, I would interval your running with some walking and just take it nice and easy. Anyway, without further ado, let's check you're unmuted. I'm going to send you a link, Sonia. Yeah, do it again. That's it.
Unmute. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Without further ado, I'm really pleased to have on a friend and fellow Pink Lady runner, Sonia Felton. I don't know why I can't just say Sonia. It's got to be Sonia Felton.
I'll apologise now for my cheesy music.
Yeah. I think everyone might, you never know. They're probably bored of my music choices. So it's good to have the variety.
Well, it keeps me going anyway, and it's sing-along music. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah, that is exactly it. Sing along. And there's some good up-tempo tracks as well. So it's good. So I've known Sonia a while prior to the group. Our kids, so Sonia's daughter and my one of my sons is in the same school year, and they're still friends.
Joe, yeah,
they've been at school since primary school, and are still friends now and hang out.
It must be 12 years, Deborah.
Is it really that long?
Yeah, because they were 5, weren't they, when they started at Abbott's?
Yeah, Joe joined late because he was at a different school. He was at Bedmond School till about year.
Oh, of course he was, yes.
Yeah. And in that little crowd as well, let's not forget couple of Carolyn's kids, or all 3 of them, the triplets, but 2 particularly are in the same friendship group. So it's really nice. We have that connection. But let's talk about why you first joined the club. You knew I was as people call me, the running lady.
Running lady, yeah.
Running lady. You knew I was the running lady. We've been friends a while. I'm very cautious in a social environment that I never talk about running, because I would hate for anyone to feel pressured to join the running club in a social situation. But there was one afternoon, or one we were.
I think we were out. I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know where we were one afternoon, and I'd seen the Pink Ladies running backwards and forwards past the house here. Oh, it does look fun, and I thought, but I can't do it. I physically cannot run. So I think I said to you one afternoon, just off the cuff, well, if you do a beginners group, I'll come along. And then I think that must have been in the June, July, because there was a couple of our friend Wanna did also, we also talked to her about it, didn't we? But obviously she couldn't do it. But next thing I know, you'd started a runners group in the September, I believe it was September, 4 years ago this September, you started a beginners group.
4 years ago. So what's that, 2018?
18. No, 2018, yeah.
Sonia, it feels like you've been a member for about 10
No,
years.
2017.
17.
Yeah, 2017, yeah. So in the beginners. And there was another one of my friends came along as well, Amanda.
Yeah.
Helen,
Yeah.
but she didn't keep it up. But I remember my first one, it was absolutely chucking it down. My first session with you on that Wednesday evening. heavy rain. Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't know why, but every time I start a beginner's course, it often rains at the beginning. I don't know why, but I think there's a bit of a trend on the beginner's courses. It always tends to rain. Maybe it's the time of year I start it up. I don't know. But there's so many ladies that are in the group, and everyone enters in the way that they enter it. Some through a beginner's course, some might be already running. But it's only when I talk to have people on here that I forget they joined on a beginner's course, because I don't remember you being a beginner.
The first run, I remember it was up through the village, down Tibbs Hill Road, up
Yeah.
Trowley Rise and back along Pope's Road.
Yeah, that was my
And I could hardly breathe at the end.
Yeah, that was my beginner's course. And if I thought the beginners group was doing well, I would extend into Greenways and then Hazelwood Lane and then back. Yeah, gosh, it's been a while.
Seems ages ago now, ago, well, 4 years.
There's a lot happened since then.
God, definitely.
Just a reminder, ladies, on the virtual, if you haven't already turned your Wi-Fi off, I know a couple of you keep dropping out. If you haven't turned your Wi-Fi off, you need to turn your Wi-Fi off, because your phone will keep trying to connect. So you need to just go on data. Yeah, just on data. The other thing I remember you mentioning to me about when you first joined the club, I can't remember your exact wording, obviously, but the concept was that you were ready at the time. The time was right for you to meet more local people.
Yeah, and to be part of a group, because I didn't obviously have the kids. They take up a lot of time when they're younger, but I didn't have any hobbies or anything like that. My husband would go off doing football and football training and playing football, and I didn't really do anything, to be honest with you. No hobbies wise, apart from shopping. But yeah, no, so I wanted to be part of a group, to feel like I belonged to something, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And to meet new people. Well, everybody in the Pink Ladies always running around Abbots Langley, and lots of people knew lots of people.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the main reasons, to be honest with you, to meet lots of new people, which I've certainly done.
Yeah, I was going to say, you certainly achieved that goal of meeting new people. You've got you know everyone in the group. You've taken part in everything that I've ever organised. And
I do have part of FOMO though, a bit of FOMO.
Well, I have FOMO all the time. I have FOMO when you lot are on the run. But yeah, you've certainly achieved that, which is great. And I think also, just looking at the list of runners this morning, I specifically pick out Tess, Jo and Fiona, they all met through the group. Mary, I think you just know everybody. Jackie, relatively new to the group, already, is meeting not just her regular, I know Jackie runs with you on a Monday night as a pacing group, but is spreading herself amongst the group, which is great. And I think everybody, B is also relatively new. B with her surname beginning with C, BC, has also met lots of ladies and become very friendly with the group. So it definitely does achieve that and make you feel part of something.
Yeah, but everybody is just so friendly as well. Everybody is.
Do you think that's because we're all searching for the same thing? That belonging, that group, that club feel?
I think so, yeah, I think so. And obviously we've all got the same interest as well, which is running. So I wouldn't be surprised, Deborah. And the social side of it helps as well, doesn't it? All the social activities that we do, unfortunately, been lacking in the last couple of years or 18 months. But
absolutely, yeah.
Gosh, I'm looking forward to Cotswolds and breakfast.
Yeah. So I am, just regarding the breakfast run, as Sonia nicely mentioned there, if you haven't already booked in, the way you book in is like you would book a normal run. Just go to the calendar and scroll down to the 22nd of May and you can book in. It's like you're booking the run as normal. And then I can advise numbers to Louisa, who is a Pink Lady and also the landlady of the Coach and Horses in Croxley. And it's on my to-do list to plot the route. Louisa's made a couple of suggestions to me. I just haven't plotted it yet, but it looks like it's a nice. Is that
the pub up on the green, Deborah? Up on Croxley.
Yeah. So on Croxley Green, you've got two pubs. They're pretty much next to
the Artichoke, is it?
Yeah. The Artichoke and the Coach and Horses, and I do believe that we will be the only ones at the Coach and Horses, because I don't think Louisa starts serving till midday, so we should hopefully
Oh, perfect.
ourselves.
Be like the place around the corner that we used to go to and take over.
Yeah, exactly.
Barracudas.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm going to cut to Sonia's next track, which is
Which
Ain't
one's
No
this?
Pretty. Let's play it. Where's
Don't
it
judge
gone?
me, ladies, on my records.
Yeah.
Records. Music.
Remember, anytime you want to put something on the chat function, ladies, you can chat. I'll read it out. If you're trying to catch up another group, let me know and I'll tell them. So Lisa P has just said it's nice to hear different tunes, Sonia. She's enjoying your music.
I feel like no one to feel. I must be dreaming. I want this dream to be real. I need this feeling. I make my wish upon a star and hope this night will last forever. Ain't nobody loves me better. Makes me happy this way. Makes me feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better. Ain't nobody loves me better than you. First you put your arms around me, then you put your charms around me. I can't resist this sweet surrender. Oh, my nights are warm and tender. Staring into each other's eyes, and what we see is no surprise. Got a feeling most would treasure, and a love so deep we cannot measure. Ain't nobody loves me better. Can make me happy this way. Feel this way. Ain't nobody loves me better. Nobody. Ain't nobody loves me better. Nobody, baby. Ain't nobody. Nobody, baby. Loves me better. I make me feel just like happy. So much love can't feel the way. Don't want love. Now I know.
So those of you on the group run, are you looking at group? Have you on your own options? Just out of interest, let me know.
Deborah, I will say my music during lockdown on a Saturday night, whilst we had Joshua in the house before he escaped again, we used to have family games night. So we'd play cards or we'd play the logo game or something like that. And whilst we were playing, we'd always take it in turns of choosing a song.
Right.
And the kids' faces when it came to my turn, Mum, do you have to choose? Because it's either Dolly Parton, 9 to 5 or something like that. Their faces always drop. So can we just ignore you, Mum, and just go around the three of us instead?
I love it. I
This is
love
my
it.
music tastes.
Wasn't lockdown good for things like that, though, spending more time as a family?
It was. So I say we've lost Joshua again now. So he's 21 on Thursday. So I couldn't expect him to stay with us forever, could I? But yeah, no, he's back out on Fridays and Saturday nights again now. But good for him, because he needs to be up with his friends. But it was good whilst we had him at home.
Yeah, it did. Although it did interrupt lots of things, there was lots of good to come from it.
Yeah, definitely.
One of which is the virtual run. Bee's sister, Mandy. Mandy, use your chat function. Tell me where you are. I don't think you're actually physically running with Bee, are you? Where are you? Let me know. So you said, Sonia, prior to running that you didn't really do anything. But I
No.
do have a recollection of you doing some huge long walk for something.
Oh yes, yeah, we did.
that?
Again, that was, we've got some good friends that live up in Worcester, and we haven't seen them for ages, obviously, but we used to go and see them quite regularly, probably once every month or so. And we always get talked into, we'll go away for the weekend, or we'll do something. And one weekend we was up there, said let's challenge ourselves and do something. So we decided to do a charity event for cancer research, and it was the Thames Path Challenge, and it was walking 50k. So I think that's just over a marathon, isn't it? 50k from Runnymede to Henley. That was back in 2013 now. So we started in Runnymede. We walked through some lovely areas all around Marlow, and we ended up in Henley and stayed the evening in Henley afterwards, with the idea to go out and have something to eat and have something to drink afterwards. But we didn't make it out because we were in so much pain. Our legs, blisters on our feet. But it was good. It was good. We managed to walk, but we didn't do it slowly. We walked ever so quickly. So I think it's about 7.5 hours we did it in.
Blimey, why does it not surprise me that you did it quickly?
I know. With the friends we were with, they're very competitive, and you know Ian as well. He likes to get involved in things. So
yeah,
but yeah, it was good.
I mean, that's a long way. I mean, a marathon, just off the top of my head, is about 46k. So that's about 30 miles, what you must have done.
Yeah, it felt like it, 50k. But I mean, it didn't feel like it because it was very well organised. So we started, I think it was every 10k, I think it was. It might have been a bit longer, might have been 12k. They had a facility set up where they were serving hot drinks, burgers, pick and mix, sweets, and just giving them away to you as part of the run to encourage you to do it. But whilst I was doing that run, there were people people were running it as well. And I kept looking and thinking, how on earth are they running this far?
Yeah,
it was obviously,
yeah.
And they'd running past as we were walking, but it was amazing.
Yeah, question for you. What's harder, running a marathon or walking a marathon?
That walking, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, the next day I couldn't put my shoes on.
As in your feet were swollen?
Swollen, blisters. It was the first thing I'd ever done like that anyway. But yeah, it was good. And then once we'd done it, we thought, what can we do next? What can we do next? But that soon goes by the by, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that is, I think that's when you're part of a club and there's always things going on. That's when you keep doing things.
Yeah.
When you're on your own, you've got to keep looking for your own challenges. But that is amazing.
I'll tell you what, as well, something else my husband reminded me of, and I can't believe I did this. We were trying to work out when it was. I think it was back in about 2006. So Maisie would have only been 2, I think. It was the week leading up to the Abbots Langley Tough 10. And I said to him, we could do that, we can run the Abbots Tough 10. We've never done it before. I've lived in Abbots all my life and never run the Abbots Tough 10. So we rocked up on that Sunday morning.
For the 10k?
Never run before, registered for the 10k, and off we went. I was even walking before we got out the cricket field.
Really?
Yeah, I completely forgot about it. I think we came something like 7th from last.
But do you know what though? That's incredible to just rock up.
I know, I didn't think it was anything at the time. Just thought, turn up, run 6 miles.
I think that's incredible. But now look how far you've come. You've done the 10k as a runner now. That must be really rewarding.
Oh, well, yeah. I was trying to say to Ian yesterday, how long did it take us? I think it was about an hour and 20 minutes. I think they were actually beginning to clear up as we walked down the finish line. But I can't believe we just thought we'd rock up and run 10K without any practice, no proper clothing or anything like that.
Yeah. But do you know what though? Sometimes, like, I find that ignorance is bliss, and I know, like, with myself, I think back sometimes to the early days of when I used to run. I used to have that combination. I don't know if there's anybody else out there that used to wear the long sleeve t-shirt, like just a normal long sleeve cotton t-shirt with a t-shirt on top. Just because I didn't have any running kit. And I just used to enter all these different runs, not knowing, it never crossed my mind, is it hilly? Is it this? Is it that? Because I didn't have that knowledge or experienced in running. I just used to book in these things and just do them. Now, kind of when you have too much knowledge, it's not always a good thing, you know?
Having the right stuff. But I think when I think back to that 10K, I don't think I even had sports bra.
Were you in an underwired?
I can't remember now. I don't know what shoes I ran in. I just can't believe we did it. Anyway,
Yeah.
we got the medal in the end.
It's a good marker though, to see how far you've, from doing that to now, which is what I want to find out from you today.
And our treat after was to go to McDonald's.
Yeah, that's funny. Just to give everyone an idea, so we already know you've got 2 kids. So you've got Josh, who's 21, and you've got Maisie, who's 17.
17, yeah.
17 now. You're a working mum as well. You work full time.
I do, yeah. Work for Ford Credit, so it's the finance arm of Ford Motor Cars. So yeah, worked for them for just over 25 years now.
Incredible.
I know. Been stuck at home working though for the last, since March 2020. So I work in a team of 8, and the last time I saw anybody in my team was January 2020.
Crikey.
I know, it's mad. It's mad.
But you've, with your full-time job, with your kids, okay, we know it gets a little bit easier in some respects when they're teenagers, but you still find time to run regularly.
Yeah,
You're always
I've
running.
just got it in my head now. Monday, Wednesday and Saturday are run days, come rain or shine or whatever. But I have to, Deborah, because otherwise, as I say, I'm just sitting on my backside all day, and I need to get out and do something just to keep you sane as well, more than anything.
Yeah, it does.
Sometimes I get to the end of the day and I look at my watch and think, gosh, I've not even done 2,000 steps today, because I've been stuck, like lots of people, just stuck on the laptop working and answering telephone calls and stuff. So for a bit of sanity as well, it's good to get out, and it does good things for your mind, doesn't it?
Definitely. And that also brings me on to something I've got on my list of questions for you, was when we first went into lockdown, you made a deal with yourself. And I have mentioned this on virtuals before. You may not even have been on the virtual, but I mentioned it. Is what you set yourself a target every day. Tell us about what you set yourself.
Yeah, so I've changed slightly now, in that I would either run or walk every day, and it was quite often it was more running than walking, because I found it easier sometimes to go out for lunchtime during lockdown, just to give myself a bit of break and get myself away from the computer, which meant I was time limited, so I might have only had an hour. So by the time I might even just go out for a half an hour run, just to tick that box that I've done something.
Yeah.
So now it's changed. Now on a Tuesday evening, I've started, Sally Lewis and Jenny Rollinson, we've started going for long walks every Tuesday evening now. So we'll go and do a power walk for 5 miles, which is good as well. And then try to go out for Thursday, and then Friday's my break day, and today I'll probably have a break as well. So but try and do something 5 days a week if I can.
Yeah, so that, I don't want to get too technical on the virtual this morning, but I am going to be speaking to everybody, and I mention it all the time about step count and the importance of being active. And that is being active outside of running, outside of the gym, outside of your exercise class. It's known as your NEAT, which is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. But let's not get too technical on a virtual run, but it is something that I want to talk about at some point to the group.
I guess that's something like keeping moving during the day, is it?
Yeah, it's keeping moving. It could be fidgeting, it could be doing your housework, it could be walking, it's just general moving. what tends to happen is on a day, typically, and research does show that when you've been for a run or you've been to the gym or whatever your exercise is, the chances are you'll do nothing for the rest of the day, or it will be very low. Whereas if you weren't doing an exercise activity, you're more consciously moving more. And your activity outside of your exercise is actually more important and contributes more to your depending on what your goal is, it's more important.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Right, we're going to get on to Sonia's next track. Here we go. Sun's shining for me. It's coming through my windows. How's it for you ladies out there?
I've got a bit of FOMO. The girls out there running Slido for us.
That's what it's like. Tell me something I don't know, Sonia. Yeah, tell me something I don't know.
Don't know. When did you do push it for peace?
You're talking to me, Carolyn.
Sonia, were you running when you did push it for peace?
Oh gosh, yeah, Carrie, I forgot about that. Oh no. I didn't do that.
When was that?
No, I definitely wasn't running then. No, that was a tough one. Yeah, no, I can't remember when we did that, but no, I wasn't.
So Push It for Peace. When was, is that, oh, I remember
Deborah?
That was
guys
over
did-
London Coney way. We did that.
Can I ask a question?
Hi, Mary.
Hi, we've lost B. She stopped off to the toilet, and then we told her to follow, and now we've lost her completely. Can you
Okay.
check where she can hear us, where she is?
Yeah,
Hi.
Pip, where are you?
I'm here at the bridge. Can you
Which bridge?
What
What are you doing down there?
She's at the
This
Canal
one.
Bridge.
You've gone the
I'm
wrong
at the
way.
Canal Bridge.
She's on the,
Which one?
where do you,
Come back to the toilet, B. Come back to the toilet.
Okay. Meet you there. Sorry.
See you in a bit.
Sorry for this interruption. But
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
I love a virtual run. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, how else do you communicate if you get lost, hey? Couldn't do that on a group run. So we'll talk about Push It for Peace in a sec. Let's get this track to the end. I think, Sonia, the year you did Push It for Peace was the same year I did it. I did Push It for Peace in Castlebury Park.
No, we did it at London Coney. In a big farm up at London Coney, if I
maybe
remember
I-
rightly.
yeah.
There
I
was
know.
myself and my
thinking-
husband, Carolyn, Julian, and we did it with Sharon and Spencer, and then another couple.
Yeah, I remember. I remember when you did that. I think I did that. Maybe it was with the group.
I think you might have done it with the group on a different day, maybe.
Yeah, we did. We did it on a different day. Yeah, I remember. So you weren't running then, were you?
No, I wasn't running then, but no, and then I was supposed to have done a big event with you guys, but I broke my foot.
Yeah, hang on, don't no, I'm
Oh,
not on to that yet. Hang on. I'm not there yet. Right, hang on. Oh, I'm out of sync now. Hang on, team.
Oh,
Hang
sorry,
on.
rewind.
That's all right. Yeah, rewind. Okay, we'll go on to that because that is on my list, and it is. You had an injury quite early on when you joined the club. You were getting into a really good groove. You had an injury early on. Tell us how you caused your injury and what was it?
Yeah, so I've been to work. So part of the job that I do, I work for Ford Credit, the finance arm of Ford Motor Company. So I am based from home. I work from home, and I'm responsible from the finance side of motor car finance for 8 local Ford dealerships around the area. So in Hertfordshire and Essex. And this particular day, I've been out to see my dealership out in Harlow. And I was coming out, and I'd had a lady over from Dubai that works for Ford in Dubai had come out on a visit with me. And we were just walking out of the dealership, and somehow I twisted. I don't know how I turned around somehow, and my foot just went from underneath me and a pair of wedges on. And I heard a crack internally. You know, when you can hear something inside, I heard it crack. And then the lady I was with said, "Are you okay?" I said, yeah, I'm fine. I hobbled away to the car. And thankfully, I had a pair of flip-flops in the car. So I put those on, and I could feel my foot just throbbing and throbbing and throbbing. And if I remember right, I think it was a Thursday or a Friday that I did this. We had a black tie ball booked for the Saturday night.
Oh gosh.
With Carolyn again. I can't remember where it was now, where we went. But anyway, I got home. The time I'd driven home, which turns out with a broken foot, and I didn't realise. Managed to drive home, iced it, and did everything you can there. Kept putting it up. But I'm not missing this black tie ball for love nor money. Anyway, I went to the ball on the Saturday night. It was over. I can't remember where it was now. It was quite a way away. We had to drive, and we stayed overnight. And that night, I put my stilettos on, went dancing because I wasn't going to miss out.
With a broken foot.
Yeah.
That you didn't realise you had.
And it was the England were playing football this year, so it must have been World Cup time or something like that. And then would come home, so I had to keep sitting down obviously because my foot was hurting during the disco. Came home on the Sunday, and they'd all gone over to the clubhouse here to watch the football match on the Sunday lunchtime. The England were playing, and I said to him, "So I think I'm going to have to go to hospital." So he stayed over there. My parents just drove me up to Hemel Hospital, and I think deep down I knew I'd broken it. because the swelling, it was very bruised and very swollen. And yeah, I went for an X-ray and I'd broken a bone in my foot.
Can't believe
But
that you were dancing.
I didn't want to admit I'd done it because I didn't want to stop running.
Yeah, but
I think I was trying to think to myself, if it wasn't real, then it didn't. If it wasn't there, it wouldn't happen. I could carry on running. If that makes sense.
Lisa's asked a question, Sonia. Did you self-medicate with alcohol?
On that Saturday night, I think we probably did.
Does that answer your question,
And
Lisa?
whether I actually made it worse at that disco or not, I don't know.
I'm sure you made it worse. I'm sure you made it worse. But I remember, like, you were off for quite some time when obviously getting your ankle strong again. You were off for quite a while, weren't you?
You know what? Yeah, it was 6. I was in a boot for 6 weeks, I think, about 6 weeks, and I was going on holiday at the 6 weeks as the boot came off. So I started running when I was on holiday. I probably shouldn't have, but I started running when I was in Menorca, just a little run backwards and forwards along the coast there. But it's awful. It's awful to be. I don't know how you must be feeling, Deborah, to be able to not run.
No, it's debilitating.
It is
Debilitating.
It
I was
is.
chatting to a friend the other day. So Donna's on the run, and I know I've thanked you numerous times, Donna, but I can't thank you enough. I've had your bike in my garage since lockdown, whatever number. I kind of didn't like using the outdoor bike in the winter, but now that the sun's shining, Donna's bike has been a godsend. And it's not to say that I can't buy my own bike. I just haven't got round to it. Or I think I ordered one.
You'll struggle to get one probably now as well.
Well, that was the problem. I had one on order for December. And then they phoned me up to say, sorry, we've had too many orders for the stock and can't fulfill it. But, you know, thankfully I've still got Donna's, but I can't tell you the difference it makes. Being on the bike, I mean, it's quite fine. The weather's nice, so I don't mind being on the bike. But mental health wise, for me, being on the run with all of you ladies, even on a bike, has changed my mood so much, because it is so debilitating and mentally affects you when you can't do what you want to do.
Yeah, I suppose the benefit for you being on the bike as well, Deborah, is you can go between the different groups, can't you, as well now?
I tell you what, there was a run the other night. I can't remember if it was Monday or Wednesday. I caught up the front group. We did Harry Potter sort of route, so it was a nice flat road, and I caught up the front group, made it back to the back group, and still got, and still made it up again.
Perfect.
It actually, in every dark cloud is a silver lining, and it is really good. And funnily enough, there's somebody I follow on social media who has a group very similar to us. She's not, I think they're London based or Kent way, but the culture of their club looks very similar to ours. And she's also been injured and has been on a bike and been coaching very similar to me. And it's quite encouraging to see that, like, A, it's not just me, and B, like, it is the mental side of running / exercise.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's good for you. At least you're getting out as well. And your husband likes biking as well, doesn't he? Well, on the bike, I remember my husband said to me once before, let's go out on a bike ride. And he's got his fandangled super bike, lightweight, that you can pick up with one finger. So I borrowed my brother's, I don't know what, a mountain bike, but a really heavy one. We ended up cycling 26 miles.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I know. But what's depressing is we cycled 26 miles, and then I looked, I shouldn't really be obsessed with it, but I looked at the calorie burn afterwards, 400 calories or something like that.
Yeah, cycling is not, will not expend as many calories as running. However, I do want to add on here, ladies, that your activity trackers, whether they be Apple, Fitbit, whatever device you use, the calorie expenditure is not accurate. You can use it as a consistent method just to look at what you're doing, but really it's not, they're known to be not very accurate. But I suppose if you're consistently inaccurate, then it is a measure, but just try not to get too hung up on it. But yeah, cycling will Yeah, I think I cycled Wednesday. I think I cycled about 6.5 miles and I burnt 50 calories or
Yeah.
something. It was just ridiculous. But
Still
remember,
exercise though, Deborah, isn't it? And you're getting
it
you
is
out there.
exercise. And remember, and I don't need to keep preaching, but your girl's been educating here, so it's getting my brain working again. Remember, we exercise for 100 different reasons before we even think about calories and fat loss and things like that. We exercise for how it makes us feel. The calories and the weight loss is way, 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 way down on that list. So just try to keep that in perspective. And
I think for me though as well, it's keeping, for me, exercise, especially during lockdown, it's easy to, working from home, it's easy to keep going to that old biscuit tin, isn't it? And things like that. So part of my justification for it is running and not making me lose weight, but keeping you on a steady plateau.
Yeah, if your activity demand is higher, then theoretically you can maintain your food. You can keep.
It'd be nice if I could do the exercise and not food, but I can't.
Yeah, well, it doesn't work like that. Donna, thank you. Donna's named her bike Doug, and Doug enjoys my house more because he's stuck in the shed at mine. Yeah, Doug's got company at my house with the other bikes, Donna. He's quite happy. He does need to clean though. I've cleaned him a couple times, but if it's been raining, it's quite difficult. Anyway, we've got a good Bruno Mars track from Sonia. Here it is.
Apologise now for my music, ladies.
Stop apologising, Sonia. The ladies are enjoying
this
it.
Was, I remember this one for my husband's 50th.
Sonia are having a little shoulder shake.
Keep the cameras on, ladies.
Yeah. Put your cameras on if you want to have a little boogie with us. A mid-run boogie.
Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know. Oh, they don't know. I bet they know as soon as we walk in. Shut up. I'm wearing Cuban links. Designer mix. Englewood's finest shoes. Don't look too hard, might hurt yourself. Known to give the color red the blues. Shit. I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. Keep up. So many pretty girls.
Every time I hear a track like this, I think, oh, that's a good one. I must play away. That choreography.
Yeah, oh, thank you for that.
Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out. Second verse for the hustlers, gangsters, bad bitches and your ugly ass friends. I cannot preach, I cannot preach. I gotta show them how a pimp get it in. First, take your seat. Spend your money like money ain't shit.
Oh, I can't see anybody.
Got to blame it on Jesus. Hashtag blessed. They ain't ready for me.
I'm a bit.
I'm losing at home.
In my pocket. Keep up. So many pretty girls around me and they're waking up the rocket. Keep up. Why you mad? Fix your face. Ain't my fault they all be jocking. Keep up. Players only. Come on.
So it's your new flooring, Lisa, that you laid.
Girls, what y'all trying to do? What you trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out. Everywhere I go, they be like, ooh, so clear. Everywhere I go, they be like, ooh, so clear. Everywhere I go, they be like, ooh, so clear. Now, watch me break it down like, What's that sound? Come on now. 24 karat magic. Don't fight the feeling, invite the feeling. Just put your pinky rings up to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do? Tell me what you're trying to do. 24 karat magic in the air.
I'm just having a tour of Lisa's house while you're
Yeah,
on.
brilliant.
She's at home now, Lisa. I've watched her drink a smoothie. It looked very nice, Lisa. What flavour was it? I've seen her drink a smoothie. I've seen she's in the garden now. Looks very nice, Lisa.
I'm taking the dog out for a walk now as a cool down whilst I've still got you in my ears.
Oh,
Notice
very
the good
good.
things.
Very
That's
good.
multitasking.
So
Lisa,
now,
looking forward to seeing you, Lisa.
Oh, you're going to see us soon, Sonia. I miss you all.
22nd, and then Cotswolds.
yeah, and all.
Can't wait.
Yeah, and also for anyone that on the run this morning that hasn't met our lovely Lisa, Lisa used to live locally. She moved away. She can't keep away from the group though. If you haven't
No.
met Lisa, make sure you're on that breakfast run. Your life will never be the same having met Lisa.
Oh, Lisa
You
looked after us when we was in Amsterdam, didn't you, Lisa?
I did indeed. Oh, you're naughty girls, you lot. You led me astray, Sonia.
Oh, God, I've never been that far when you looked after us. Gosh.
All right. Well, what goes on in Amsterdam stays in Amsterdam.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then I'm doing the 10K as well.
Oh yeah, the
Summer
summer
10K.
10K. Just a quick
Right.
word on that while you've mentioned that. Thank you, Lisa. If anybody hasn't entered the summer 10K, get entering. I've only got limited number of seats left on the bus, so make sure you've entered it. You can just enter yourself direct on the website. I think it's on the link on one of the event setups that I've created. It's on your app. Make sure you've booked in. It's going to be a really good one. I got a feeling. And my personal goal is I want to be on 2 feet running that. So I got till September. So if you're not booked in, book it in.
I'm going to book it, Deborah, and just be on whichever way it goes then.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
You
And
got
I'll
to come,
see you
Sonia.
on the
Thank you.
event.
Well, I'm due to fly back from Turkey on that day, but we'll see.
Yeah, Turkey's not looking too great at the moment, is it?
No, but I keep thinking we've got 3 months.
True.
Oh, bless you.
True.
Right, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go for a walk.
You enjoy your walk. It looks
Oh.
very nice where you are.
Yeah,
Sonia,
look. Yeah.
you joined as a beginner. We know I think you've shown resilience and determination by dancing with a broken foot, which has transferred itself over to your running, that resilience. When did you first notice, at what point did you first notice that running was beginning to get easier and you were no longer a beginner? You could actually, you felt that change.
I don't actually know, Deborah. I think it's because I sort of did it so regularly, like your Monday, your Wednesday, and your weekend. I think it just happened without actually realising it did, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it's just adding a bit. I'd always start with the shorter group, and then I thought, oh, let's try the middle one, and then it just naturally progressed. But I think obviously the more you do it, the easier it becomes. And now as well, I mean, we was running with Tracy the other day, and we walked part of it, but it's still, you're out there exercising, and it's not necessarily you have to run the whole way. I mean, you run and you walk. There's still steps at the end of the day. You're still exercising, aren't you? And it doesn't matter I used to be focused on timing, a bit like I think Donna said it before, like how quick I could do a 10K or what minute miles I am, etc. But now I'm not bothered really at all. I just like being out there doing it.
Yeah, I think that is a cycle that most runners go through. I mean, I certainly see it from social media, and I see it from ladies in the group, whereby, you start running, you improve, you get better, you want to keep getting better, you get time focused, and then you go through the cycle, you achieve goals and things like that, and then you go through a cycle of bringing back the enjoyment and not being so focused.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, look, Sonia,
No, I've got to
turn your
move.
cameras on, ladies.
It's going mad.
You've got to turn your cameras on, ladies. Sonia's just gone into her new conservatory. I can see the sky through the ceiling of your conservatory. Amazing. Hey, look, Andrea's having a look. I think I think that it is a cycle, and something you did really good for the club actually, which actually goes against what I said about the cycle that you've been through with not being so focused on time. Do you remember? I mean, I know that you're going to remember. Do you remember the year we did the Tough 10 as a team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every year the club does the Abbott's Tough 10. If you haven't done it, hopefully, well, this year is a bit hit and miss in regards to whether we'll be marshalling at the London Marathon or attending the Tough 10 because they're on the same day. But every year we've done the Tough 10. Every year I feel this sense of, oh God, everyone's watching the time of the running lady, you know, and I'm not a fast runner. And that pressure, and I think ladies within the group, because it was the local event, would feel the pressure of time and performance, and the fun was leaving the Tough 10 because it was our local event. And then I think, was it your first Tough 10, Sonia, or had you
No, it was
done?
after the initial one that I did with my
Yeah, it was
husband.
your
But
first
yeah, my
one with.
first proper one.
Yeah, it was the first one
Yeah.
with the group. And we were running, it might have been a Monday night, and you said to me, do you know what? Wouldn't it be good if we all finished together?
Yeah, and it was what it was with me is I've got this mental block about Gallows Hill Lane. I hate it with a vengeance. And your
Yeah,
Indian file,
yeah.
that's what got us up there. And I remember some lady, as we were running that Tough 10, asked to join. I think, didn't she, when we were doing that?
Yeah, I can't remember who that, if she did or who that was, but Sonia said to me about, why don't we finish as a team? And I'm like, do you know what? I've been doing this event for years. It's never crossed my mind because people wanted to get PBs, or, you know, people would group with ladies similar. And I thought, do you know what? That's a really good idea. And that was the year we crossed the line together.
Oh, it
And
was so much fun.
it was so much fun, and I enjoyed that Abbott's Tough 10 more than any year I had ever done it, and I'd done it a lot of times, and that was the best, absolutely the
Yeah, we
best.
had stopping points, didn't we? I think we stopped, we ran parts together, then we stopped and we'd wait, and then we all got up Gallows Hill together. I remember coming up Gallows Hill Lane together.
Yeah, and some of the best photos of which I've used on the website, some of those best photos were taken from the Tough 10. And interestingly, I'm looking at redesigning the logo. I just sent a whole load of stuff yesterday to the designer. And one of the images I sent was that image of you, me, I think Rochelle's in it, Jodie's in it, Claudia's in it. And we're
all holding hands. Yeah.
I'm trying to see whether that could be used in a logo. It's one of the best pictures. And I think it goes back to what you're saying, that it's not always about time. You know, there's a time and place for that, but it's about the enjoyment and the team feel.
Definitely. It's the enjoyment. That's what it is more than anything.
Yeah. And you know what? It's really nice for me to hear that, because I know that other ladies in the group may think that you're always, you know, because you are a front runner, Sonia, within the group. You know, your pace is fantastic. You're consistently good, and you know you're running at what's naturally your pace.
Yeah, that's it. It is my natural pace. So sometimes I think if people find it hard to run fast, you find your own pace you naturally fit into, don't you? And then it becomes the norm.
Yeah, and it's your natural pace. But I think for a lot of people, may perhaps in the group who are more towards the middle back of the group, like they might think, I don't know, I haven't asked, but they might just think that, you know, that you're focused on time every time you run, but actually
no, definitely not.
You're just running at a natural pace. You're having chat and fun at the front as much as we're having chat and fun at the back. Just your natural pace.
And that's definitely part of it, Deborah, is the chatting while you're running. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. If I run on my own, I find that so difficult, because obviously I put my headphones in if I'm running on my own, but it does keep you going. The chatting while you're running, and obviously not while you're running up a hill, but the chatting while you're going, finding out about what's going on in everybody at the weekends and things like that. It is, and that's part of the group.
Yeah, and I think it was another guest. I can't remember who said it. But they said that often they talk more about you know, events in their life and how they feel with their running friends more than they would their friends from like personal friends. So yeah, it's definitely good. Right. Sorry. Hashtag not corona. Right, we're at 10 o'clock, ladies. So I want to know where you are. I'm going to play another track of Sonia's, and then we're going to need to start wrapping up. But this is the next one in line, and it's come at a perfect point.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere.
Feel free to turn your cameras on, ladies.
Born and raised in South Detroit.
Lisa's in the middle of a field all on her own with the dog.
Lisa's always in nice places, isn't
I
she?
know.
Oh, is that your son, Jenny? Lisa, is there anyone around you?
No one's on her own.
I see you in a smoky room. The smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting. Up and down the
Come on, ladies, get those cameras on. We love this song.
searching in the night. Streetlights, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Working hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill. Paying anything to roll the dice. Just one more time. Some will win,
Hey,
some
Donna.
will lose. Some of them just sing the blues. Oh, the movie never ends. It goes
Ah.
on and on.
Donna, did you run with the dog today?
Not a very slow jog, but yeah.
Lovely. You're on the canal by the looks of it.
Yeah, great friend. Going up
Like-
to the grove because we've got archery.
I know exactly where you are, Donna. I know that bridge anywhere. Carolyn saying she loves this song and she's got a dash. It's good to listen, even if you're faster than me. And her kids keep reminding her that, Sonia.
Am I getting sorry, Deborah?
Carolyn has just written, she loves this tune. She's got to go. Lovely to listen to you, even if you're faster than her. And she's always kids always remind her how they get faster.
What about speed?
That is a great track. Now, I know that we're past 10 o'clock, but we cannot end this virtual without me asking you and letting everybody know, who, just in case they don't know, you ran a marathon. When you joined the club as a beginner.
I know, I've never ever thought that in a million years.
Tell us, you know, I mean, it was the team marathon. It was stop and started a number of times. We still haven't done it. It's hopefully going to be this year. But you completed the London Virtual Marathon in Abbots Langley that I organised for the team, for the whole team. But you did that. Tell us about that.
You know what, Deborah? It was one of the best days ever. And I think that was I never ever thought in a million years I'd do a marathon anyway, but to actually do it and to do it in Abbots Langley with everybody, the experience couldn't have been any better at all. And it was nice to have your house as the meeting point to go off and do your different routes and again, all got that coming through that finish line at the end again. We've had people in Abbots Langley up there, and it was incredible. I enjoyed every minute of it. It was really, really good. Apart from that last 500 metres, I'd say. That was the hardest.
Yeah, well, you did sort of stop, obviously, to regroup, and it was cold. You know, your body temperature.
Cold. It was wet, wasn't it? Weather-wise, it's probably one of the worst days weather-wise.
Yeah.
Wasn't it that morning?
Yeah, it rained from morning till night, basically.
Yeah, but the atmosphere was incredible, and I think for the first experience of a marathon, it was brilliant. Yeah, having the way we did it and everybody being together, and we wouldn't have been able to do that had it been in normal circumstances. There's no way we would have been able to have everybody at some point being together.
No, definitely. And I think that's what, like, the ladies that I've had on as guests have said exactly the same thing, that togetherness, that you just wouldn't have had that anywhere.
No, I mean, how many ladies were actually involved that day? And it was just...
the whole club.
Yeah.
But let's talk about you were incredible.
Thank you.
you know, it's so encouraging for people to hear as well that you started as a beginner. You know, Carolyn's comment about the kids are always telling her that you're faster than her is because, you know, you were brought to the club, you knew Carolyn prior to the club, you know, it was a friend in the group. I remember your first half marathon, actually. Was it the half or the 10K? You ran with Carolyn, but you have progressed so far, and it's nothing.
Yeah, that was the London Landmarks. I ran with Carolyn,
Yeah, for the record, ladies, I came in front of Sonia in that.
You did, I remember that last
marathon.
bit going up one bit, you was coming down the other. I think, oh my God.
I was with Kelly. She was dragging me round as per usual, but the point being is no detriment to Carolyn or anybody else, but the focus is on you and how much you've improved and come on such a long way in your running journey. To have gone from beginner to marathon, you know, it's just...
I know, I would never have thought of doing it. But it's all thanks to the group though, Deborah. I'd never ever have done it without the group, without your support and the group support.
Yeah, but you're a big contributor to that, Sonia. You know, you helped me at leading runs, and you're a big contributor to that. And I just, like, I find, you know, I watch you and I've seen your journey on your running, and it, you know, what you have achieved. And, like, I don't want to bring age into it, but it is a factor. You know, it's not like we're 20.
Nearly 50.
Yeah, we're not 20 and starting running. You know, you're you know, I don't like, you know, age does have a factor physiologically. It has a factor. It's fact. But you know, even with all those factors, your running has just, you know, it is incredible, and it's so nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's so good for the ladies in the group to see that and recognise, if they haven't had an opportunity to chat to you on a run, that you did start as a beginner at the back.
And what it is I do run a lot. I must admit, I do go a lot, at least 3-4 times a week, every week. So I think last year I did something like 1,600 miles or something like in a year. But again, it's because it works with my lifestyle at the moment, just working from home, because I can pop out for half an hour for lunchtime rather than.
Yeah. I think that's the message, and that's been coming across with the guests every week, or not every week, but when I've had a guest on, is consistency is key. And the thing is everybody on the run today doesn't need reminding of that. It's the people and the ladies that are not on the run today that need reminding. consistency. So, I would say to any of you ladies that are running with fellow runners during a run that you haven't seen very often or don't come very often, is slip in your conversation about how consistency is key, because if you're not consistent, every time you run, it's going to just feel so hard. And then it's a vicious cycle. Then you don't want
Part of routine as well, isn't it, Deborah? That's it. It's like consistency. It is Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday is my routine.
Yeah.
And the house knows that I run on those days.
Yeah. Who was my guest the other week? Because she said exactly the same thing, and that is was it Monday night, whatever the weather, whatever is going on in the house, it doesn't matter, it's irrelevant. Monday night is her run.
I think it was Claire, wasn't it?
No, do you know, this is menopause, ladies. This is menopause brain. This is menopause brain. Anyway, Sonia, I want you to have the final word. I want you to leave our ladies with the final word. And then I'm going to play your last track to play everybody out, which is an ode, I think, to yesterday's weather. But you've got the final word, Sonia. Go for it.
I'll say, ladies, just enjoy it. We're one team. We're all friends together, and make the most of it. That's all I say. Just enjoy every minute of it, and don't make it a chore. Don't make it a chore to get out there and run. It's fun.
Excellent advice.
It's fun.
Absolutely excellent. Right, where's my song? Here it is. Thank you for joining us, Sonia.
Oh, you're welcome. Sorry, I missed the last one, but of COVID.
I feel like we've had a private chat and no one was listening at points.
Hi, we're your weather girls. And have we got news for you? You better listen. Get ready, all your lonely girls, and leave those umbrellas.
Thank you, Jackie. It was Kelly. She said, thank you, Jackie. God, my brain's diminishing.
What sources now? The streets, the place to we better hurry up. Cause tonight for the first time, just about 10:30. For the first time in history, it's gonna start raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.
This was definitely my fun yesterday.
Yeah. It is a definite music for yesterday's run, but you can run to it today, ladies, knowing that you've got the sunshine. Clear the apple trees, Lisa.
Wine trees! No.
Lisa peas in a vineyard, that could be dangerous. Just a reminder, ladies, to send me photos from today. Videos is difficult for me to save from Facebook or Instagram, so send to me direct. Sunday, everybody. If you're still running, enjoy the rest of your run. If you're at home or whatever you're doing today, have a fantastic day. Enjoy your Sunday. Big thank you to Sonia. I'm so glad you're part of the group.
Oh, so am I, Deborah. It's changed my life.
Oh, good, good. And I'll see you all on Monday. Hopefully you'll be booked in for a Monday or Wednesday run, and I'll see you Monday.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.